save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
Which way Nigeria?
Which way?
Which way Nigeria?
Tell me.
Which way to go? I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Every little thing that goes wrong, we start to blame.
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Oh yes, which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Well, before we go into what way Nigeria is heading to, I'd like to say compliment of the season to you out there, our prestigious listeners and viewers across the globe. This is Honor 103.5 FM. And the program is The Veil with Olutola Shofoluwe. This is going to be, of course, the last edition of The Veil with Olutola Shofoluwe on Honor 103.5 FM right in the year 2024, because here comes the very last Monday of the year 2024. We are grateful to the Most High God, to the Eternal Creator, who had sustained us in life and had sustained life in us. And I know it's a privilege to encounter the very last Monday of the year 2024. We did encounter the first Monday of the year, and here we are, privileged, helped, assisted, and graced to also see the very last Monday of the year 2024. I am grateful. I know you are grateful. So together we all are grateful to the keeper of our lives. Yeah, it's by reason of that privilege that we are here again today to have a great time together with you on the program, The Veil with Olutola Shofoluwe. This is Honor 103.5 FM, Ibadan. Yes, on behalf of our frontiers, especially Pastor Comrade Oluwaseun Samson Awodele, Sam our able director, and the wonderful magic hands that are working with me in the studio this beautiful and bright Monday morning. I have Farouk with me in the studio. I have Kazim in the studio with me. I have a host of them, Mighty DJ Core. I have Israel with me in the studio, and it's going to be a great time, engaging time, informative, educative, and of course, it's going to be very interesting, because we need to know what we ought to know so that we can do what we ought to do and achieve what we ought to achieve. Once again, if you're just joining, this is Honor 103.5 FM Ibadan, and the program is The Veil with Olutola Shofoluwe. Don't go away.
Some people now have everything, while many, many have nothing. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria will fall.
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Green revolution is a reality. Let's give it a chance to grow. Let's join our hands to farm the land so we can have enough food to show. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
Which way Nigeria?
Which way?
Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Where to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh sure.
I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Our ambition to be millionaires is running the country down. We all want to be millionaires.
Oh Yes, there is a difference between ambition and vision. Yes. Once again, this is the Veil with Olutola Shofule on Honor 103.5 FM. If you're just joining, you can also hook up with us on our Facebook page, especially Honor 103.5 FM Live. And then you will be watching this program live. And of course, you can be part of the conversation via our Facebook page and other pages that that represent us. Also, you can call in to be part of the conversation. I'm going to be rolling out the phone lines to call in to join the conversation with time. On the Veil, what do we do on the Veil if you're just hooking in, if you're just coming in for the first time? Yes, we discuss matters that are of national concerns. We discuss issues that borders on the welfare of Nigeria and Nigerians. And if you check the time, of course, the time says 2024 going, about to go, and 2025 right at the door. And of course, towards the end of the year like this, during festive periods, you know that a number of things do happen that borders on security. And that's why today we're going to be discussing matters that borders on our security. Because there's no how security will be weak and the nation will be strong. It doesn't work out that way. The stronger the security, the stronger the nation. And we're actually looking at security and development this beautiful and bright Monday morning, the very last Monday of the year 2024, the 30th day of the 12th month of the year 2024. Of course, we have I have on honor seat already a very special entity, an eminent personality. When you have a round peg in a round hole, we see the effort everywhere in the city, and that's why we deemed it fit to have him on seat this beautiful Monday morning. Yes, I have on honor seat with me this Monday morning is a security officer. And is this not the first time he has been with us on this program? I have on honor seat the very, very spokesman, the PRO, the Public Relation Officer, NSCDC, or your state command. I'm talking of no other person but CS Samuel Okpebiyi, DSC Samuel O. Okpebiyi, and that's of course the Public Relation Officer. That's the spokesman of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, or your state command. I have him on seat this beautiful morning, sir. I'd like to welcome you to the program this morning, sir.
It's a privilege to be here this wonderful Monday morning. And I want to wish our people in Oyo State a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. I am happy to inform you that I'm no longer DSC. I'm no longer Deputy Superintendent of Corps. I'm now a Superintendent.
Wow.
So you have with you Superintendent Samuel Olubanjo Okwebi.
Wow, that's a great one. That's a great one. That's a great one. Congratulations to you on that.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. You have paid the dues. Well, because we have seen your tremendous activities right within the space, and we're so glad to also celebrate you today, sir. We're happy to have Superintendent Samuel Okpebiyi.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much for saying yes to our invite this beautiful morning. It's a double celebration anyway. Yes. So am I away from
Thank you.
All right.
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know which way Nigeria is standing.
When we talk about security, from our understanding, security means freedom from danger. Security is talking about freedom from fear or anxiety. Security is talking about freedom from risk of loss. And it's all about being confident in your environment, being easy on your mind, acts to make safe against adversity. Security means to cover from exposure to injury, damage, or destruction. It means to guard, to defend, and to shield. Yeah, that's Superintendent, sir.
Thank you.
With all of these definitions of security that I have just rolled out, would you say that in Oyo State, to start with, we have security? Indeed. Would you say in Oyo State today, our security is at the top gear? Would you say in Oyo State today, our security is enviable? What would you have to say to that, sir?
Yes, to answer that question, because the question sounds relative, that means we have to compare Oyo State with some other states.
Exactly.
Yes, to check if truly we have security in the state.
Right.
Now, if you look at the state, Oyo State, compared to other states in the southwest and then all over the country, you will observe that Oyo State has a unique sense of security, protection of lives and property, a kind of calmness. It provides an environment where everyone runs his business, runs his activities with a sense of peace in the mind, not fearing what actually will happen after then. So we can say categorically that in Oyo State we have security, and then we have this sense of peace and calmness around us, and everybody can confidently go out and carry out whatever he or she wants to do in the state, within the state. And that doesn't mean that we should all go to our beds and sleep and then saying that because security is not something we expect in the future. It is instantaneous. It is at the moment. When we talk about security, it's not there was security yesterday. You're not talking about yesterday. I'm not talking about the future. We are talking about something instantaneous. At the moment now, do we have security? And hence, so that's what we mean by security. So it's not something we look for in the future. We talk about it at the moment. And at the moment, we are providing security. And for us to guarantee security in the future, we are not going to our beds.
That's a serious one. To guarantee security in the future, we mustn't go to our bed and lay. All right, that's Superintendent. Before I ask this second question, what's the ratings? What will be your rate between 1 and 10 as regards the security of your state, which is under your jurisdiction?
Yes, there is no how you can give yourself 100% when it comes to security, because you can't say everybody now is okay, because the humanity has not attained that level of perfection.
That's right.
That everybody will be all right, that everybody will be okay, that everybody will have that sense of responsibility, sense of respect for others, sense of care for others. So as long as there's still selfishness in humans, as long as there's still greed in human, as long as there's still pride in human, crime will not go to rest. So we can't give ourselves 100%, but in the relative,
okay,
or in the average,
because Nigerians are listening to you, they're watching you all over the world, so
yes,
score yourself and let's hear you. Let's see it.
So in the average,
okay,
it is in the hands of the Nigerian people, or the people of your state, maybe in the instance at which we are speaking now, to actually say, okay, we can say, okay, it is 7/10, it is 8/10, it is 9/10, but I am not expecting anyone to give us 10/10. So it is in the hand of the people of your state.
You just threw the question back to me. All right, this is Honor 103.5 FM, and the program is The Veil with Olutola Shofolu. I have Superintendent Samuel Okpebi on Honor seat, who threw you my question back to me. And of course, to us, because I threw it back to myself and the whole of the citizens. So you had him. All right. So it's still on Honor seat, and I'm so glad to have you join us. You can hook up with us on our Facebook page, like I said the other time. You can drop your comments, you can like and share, so that others will also be part of this show. And when it's time, I'm going to roll out the phone numbers to call in, to ask questions, to make your contributions, and to air your opinion, so that others can also get informed. Sir, referring to the recent occurrence on the soil of your state, precisely in Ibadan City, at Basham Islamic Grammar School, what would you have to say to that? Because of course I know that you are aware of what happened. So what's your outlook to that? What was it that was omitted that should have been put in place, or what was it that was overdone or attended to, in your own judgment, in your own perspective?
Well,
Because a lot of lives were lost, and we also have that kidnappers also had a spree. They had a great time, kidnapping people. Àwọn tá a gbọ́ la mọ̀, later la mọ̀ pé àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́, àwọn tó súnmọ́ àwọn tá a mọ̀, wọ́n jí wọn lọ́mọ gbé lọ́nbẹ̀. So it wasn't about death, a case, stampede alone. It was about kidnap too. I mean, a state like this, right at the heart of the city, Kileri Sosi.
yes, what actually happened that day was actually out of it was according to the planners. Their intent was to alleviate the economic hardship on the people, and then provide some palliatives, some giveaways, to just make sure that the festive period people have a kind of joy, happiness, celebration. But the issue is that good intentions are not sufficient at times. We have a good intention, but if you have bad preparation, bad setup, it may destroy the good intention. So good intentions at times they are not sufficient in whatever we want to do. We must also look at the presentation, how it is presented, how it is prepared, whatever you want to present, how it is prepared, and then you want to look at the targets you want to reach. How do you want it to reach them? These are important factors we need to consider in the process. You see, like most of these things, most of the information around this issue has been in the public opinion, but in the security aspects,
Exactly, that's why you're here, sir.
Which concerns us here, is that when it comes to preparation for
I wanted to
events where you have large crowd like that.
Okay.
Because if you are preparing for 1,000, if you understand crowd control and management, if you know that you are having an event of 1,000, an event of which will attract human greed. Not an event where people are coming to make contribution.
Okay.
An event that will attract, that will bring out human greed, because
the psychological aspects should have been considered.
Yes, in every human there is an element of greed. Only that we have a different level of suppression of such greed. So in events where you want to exhume human greed, you must when you are planning for 1,000, always prepare that you will have 2,000.
All right, double the amount.
Yes,
double the number.
double the amount, if not more than that. So at that moment, you should begin to think of what other factors will be important to put in place to make sure that such a program runs successfully, and that will mean bringing in stakeholders. Now, the stakeholders that has to do with security now, is what I'm going to talk about.
Exactly.
Of which security agencies are to be informed, not a day, not 2 days. In
fact, the program
days ahead, if possible months ahead, because there are some other things that must be considered, put in place before such kind of events can hold, and security personnel can be adequately deployed to that kind of event. And then we're going to look at emergency response. Apart from providing security for lives and property, what if something happens? It may not necessarily be stampede. It may be some other things, because we are only looking at the number of people that came there, and then the stampede
Stampede
aspect. But what about the health aspect in the sense of
So
transmission
ambulances should have
transmission
been
of some
in place. I mean, should have been in place, and
yes,
some other
yes, because when you have a large
health
crowd,
workers.
there will be easy transmission of diseases.
All right.
Yes,
That's
apart
right.
from in the year 2000, we talk about the COVID-19. But you know that there are some other transmissible diseases, infections.
So we're not as loud as
loud
COVID.
as that, but which can easily travel and will be transmitted in such kind of. So these are some of the things that should be looked in, because when you talk about physical security, there's also health
security.
There is food security.
security.
There's education security. So security is not just, it's in every aspect of human existence.
All right.
So event planners, we are such kind of program, we are supposed to be planned ahead with security agencies to make sure that whatever lapses that we want to create will have been dealt with, and then we'll now look at the venue. Will it contain this large number? Okay, entry and exits. How many entry points? How many exit points? Now, if we ascertain that, if it will need, I've been to an event where the event planners were told to remove a section of the fence.
Wow.
Yes, because of the crowd that was going to come in, a section of the fence was removed, and then after the program, they restored it. So issues. These are some of the things that but because
so we can collapse non-living things for living beings.
Yes, exactly.
So things can go for beings.
Yes,
all right.
yes. Because the life of humans is very much important. Even if it's a life that was lost that day, it's still going to create the atmosphere of fear and worry and anxiety that we're having now. So it becomes very important that event planners should work with security agencies on every aspect to make sure that whatever event they want to organize is within the frame of the number of people they are bringing to that place, and then they provide necessary and tools, gadgets, and whatever. Because it's not only having security personnel there. There must be sound system. Wherever I want to have a large crowd, there must be sound system, communication, so that when the people are rushing in one direction or the other, you can actually communicate them. So no, that thing you are rushing in that direction for is also in that direction. You can also go this way. By the time you know it, you have divided the crowd into different sections.
All right.
And then the crowds, there is what we call crowd psychology.
All right.
We have different kind of crowds. Maybe in the project of the program we'll look at it. There is what we call crowd psychology.
Tell us about it, sir.
Yes, crowd psychology has to do with the behavior of the crowd. The behavior of the crowd is there from individual behavior. Yes, and this depends on the kind of theory that kind of crowd want to take up. We have social identity theory, which goes this way, that a crowd will take up a social behavior of not an individual behavior. Now the crowd will have a social behavior of every member, and everybody will bury his own individual agenda and then take up that social behavior and then begin to run with it. Now there's what we call contagion theory. That one says that an idea may emanate within the crowd, and by the time you know it spreads out. That's on that in the crowd. You've seen a crowd where a large number of people just mention somebody, that guy there is part of one of the armed robbers we're looking at. And the whole crowd will just follow him, and then
not making their findings, no
That's
investigation, nothing.
the person you're looking for, and then they will take it up.
And so that guy can be no more in few minutes.
Yes. So these are some of the theories that go with crowd with crowd control. There's another one we call emergent norm theory. That one means it's somebody can just take up, can just be anonymous in a crowd. You don't know. It's just you don't know me. You won't hold me.
Abi?
So they will hide within the crowd and begin to perpetrate whatever they want to do. So by the time you know it, you need to wonder
who did this?
Who
said?
You can't know who is who.
Oh my.
So these are some of the theories, and it becomes important that event planners must understand some of these theories to take up before they grab people. Bringing people together is as serious as going to war. When you have people together in large number, it's as serious as going to war, because anything can happen. Somebody can just bring up an idea, and then the whole essence of bringing the crowd It may be a religious crowd. It may be an acting crowd. An acting crowd, a crowd that just come out just to come and express themselves. Maybe you have not paid their salary, and then they are out. That's an acting crowd. Then we have convergence crowd. That one has to do with people coming together for some usual routine, maybe religious crowds. Those ones they come out like that every time. That's the conventional crowd. Then we have a mob crowd. These are hungry people going. So, but one thing is that a convergent crowd, which is maybe a normal crowd that just converge for a program every day, can turn to a mob crowd if the behavior, the psychology of the crowd changes at the process of time. Maybe you fail to meet up their need at a particular moment. Maybe you grab them and promise them that this is what you're going to give to them at that moment, and they gather every time like that. You meet, but at this time you fail to give them that thing. That convergent crowd can change into a mob crowd. Yes. So these are some of the psychology that has to go with it. Yes. So that event planners, they have a lot of things to do when it comes to gathering crowd.
Wow, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that wonderful lecture, because honestly, Superintendent, you came to give us a general lecture here. I've learned so much, and I know our people have learned so much. All right, don't go away. This is Honor 103.5 FM, and the program is The Veil with Olutola Shofolu. I still have an honor seat, Superintendent Samuel Okpebiyi. Don't go away.
On 103.5 FM.
Nigeria, something big is here. Are you scared of acquiring landed properties due to lack of trust and authenticity? Do you have to wait endlessly to get your red copy survey after every property purchase? Worry no more, because You Fit Homes is here to do things differently while providing solutions to housing challenges in Nigeria, with properties in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ilorin, and now Ibadan. You Fit Homes is here to make you a property owner. Get 50% launch discount off the actual price on our Ibadan property, located 10 minutes to the train station at Ido and 10 minutes to Monia train station. We won't just issue you a CFO. You also get a red copy survey right after you buy from us. Visit our head office at Block 8, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, or call 0812-020-0803 for more enquiries. You Fit Homes, a home for all. lótìtọ́ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni gọ́níyà fíjì ìròyìn tó àmójúbà gbogbo aláfẹ́ ayé tó dé Subcam Leading Hotel and Suites ló ń ròyìn wípé ìgbádùn sodo síbi kan ju bí kan lọ. Subcam Leading Hotel and Suites, elegantly and centrally located in a secured and serene environment. Our facilities include cozy rooms and suites, spacious event and conference hall. Our restaurant serves delicious intercontinental and local cuisines, while our bar is stocked with all kinds of assorted drinks. Ní Subcam Leading Hotel and Suites, iná wa kì í ṣẹ́jú nígbà kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ètò àbúgbò kan falala lẹ́ẹ̀ma lo Wi-Fi ọ̀fẹ́ láì ní kọ̀sẹ̀. There is also laundry service and fully equipped gym. Seeing the say is believing. Visit Subcam Hotel and Suites today at Plot 3, Mechanic Scheme, opposite New Garage, off Ijebu-Ode Expressway, Ibadan, Nigeria. Telephone 090-6466-7569 and 090-4821-8600. Subcam Leading Hotel and Suites. In hospitality, we lead.
Once you enter Ibadan to enjoy yourself and have a swell time in a swell place with sweet sensation, just go straight to Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites. Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites offers you A+ hospitality in a fantastic environment. Check out the rooms: Standard Deluxe, Super Deluxe, Executive Deluxe, Junior Suites, Executive Suites, Presidential Suites. Superb rooms like Royal Palace, constant air conditioning with sweet aroma and plasma TV all over the place. Executive VIP lounge and full bar. 24/7 power supply with relay of generator. Lovely swimming pools for young and old. Complimentary breakfast. Airport shuttle and car hire services. First class recreation facilities. Gym and spa. Nourish your body with local and intercontinental cuisine. Sunday buffet 11:30 to 4 p.m. every Sunday. Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites welcomes you at number 2 Emi Adejumo Close off UCH Second Gate opposite Bottles Republic Lounge, Agodi GRA Ibadan, Oyo State. Telephone 091-1001-6995 and 091-3552-4814. www.matchfortcourtyard.com.
On 103.5 FM.
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah,
I want to know.
yes I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to? Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah,
I want to know.
I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
Oh yes, let's save Nigeria so Nigeria will not die. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria will not collapse. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria will not disintegrate. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria will not sink. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria can stay healthy, or rather get healthier. If you are just joining us, this is Honor 103.5 FM, and I still have on Honor seat this beautiful and bright Monday morning Superintendent Samuel Okwebi. That's the Public Relation Officer, NSCDC, or your State Command. That's the spokesperson. Yes, he used to be DSC. Now he is Superintendent, and we are so glad to celebrate him and to have him on seat. All right. Yes, before we went on that short commercial break, we were talking about what the organizers of the program should have done. Because you said it when you were going to come in, you said the planners of the program. And I was going to ask, why were you not part of the planning? Because I believe that the security operatives of a state should be part of a program of such magnitude. And then the necessary counsel, the necessary advice, the professional advice rather, should have been offered to them. How did it happen that right, within the nostrils of the security architecture of the state, that happened, and it was not salvaged or interrupted or intercepted before it degenerated into loss of life? Shouldn't you have stepped in? Shouldn't your architecture, your system have stepped in before it degenerated to that point? Or did you stay back because perhaps you were not officially, properly, and adequately informed or timely informed, and then you allowed lives to just, get wasted like that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. When it comes to security matters,
All right, sir.
like I usually say in programs like this, I always say that security is not just the work of security agencies.
Okay.
Because we're talking about the lives of humans here. That means every one of us have a role to play. Then I talked about the government, the law enforcement agencies, and then the citizens themselves,
All right.
the people themselves. They have a role to play in this sense. Now,
You mentioned three, sir. The government, the law enforcement agencies,
yes,
and the citizens. We are going to deal with
Yes.
that with them one after the other.
Each of
All
this section has a role to play in making sure that security in the land.
Now, where are we starting from the three?
Yes, the government
Okay.
institutes the law enforcement agencies
Okay.
for the people.
Oh, that's all right.
That's the connection.
Okay.
Yes, so that means every part of the society is well involved when it comes to issue of security. Now, security agencies, they are not supernatural beings. They still depend on both the government and the people to give them information. Okay, this is what we have had that is going on here. Please quickly go here and then do this. Now, people, what the issue is that most people look at security agencies as being some supernatural being that they must be everywhere at every time.
And they must know everything.
Yes, and they must know everything. And one other thing is that security agencies, we have a volume of work for us to do. There are still criminals we are chasing when it comes to oil vandalism. They are still, we have the agro rangers. They are still in the forest. They are still in the forest, making sure that there's food security. We have the disaster management unit. They are still out there running. As we are talking about that, other issues are happening within the state that is calling for our attention as well. So when if we are actually informed, our men would have been there. So I don't have any information as regards we as a security agency being informed. So we have a series of activities, series of security issues calling for our attention. So if actually we had been informed, and then when the people we are gathering, and then we have adequate information about their gathering, then maybe we would have intervened to know what actually was the problem. Because
when you say
when you have even on a normal day, when we have a large crowd gathering, we always want to find out.
Even when you are on your way, somewhere else, you want to.
What is actually the cause of this gathering? We will always have interest in knowing what was actually the issue. So the major problem there is the problem of communication. There was failure in adequate communication. We have other security agencies in the state. If one is informed, I'm telling you, others will be informed. That's how serious it is when it comes to security issue in your state. All security agencies will work together as one. Wow. We've gone for security operations in Yokebu together. Yes, I mean security operations when it comes to issue of anti-kidnapping. We've gone to we've carried out several operations together. So whenever one is informed and then there is adequate communication, others will also be informed and will make deployment as necessary. Even when we heard about the issue, we still deployed our men to that place to intervention. Our vehicle was there to at least for rescue operation.
That was after the deal.
Yes, we still communicated.
But it was later.
Yes, it was that was
it. Was like tuning your instrument after the concert, so they didn't.
It was not from the event planners.
Okay, that you didn't even get the information from the event planners. Maybe from concerned Nigerians.
And then the information got to us. So communication is very, very important in security. Like I said the other time, is very, very important in security. And every one of us as citizens, we have to communicate with the security agencies. Since security agencies we have, whether we term them as bad or evil, they still remain ours. Security. And we have the responsibility to make sure that they work. Every one of us have the responsibility to make sure that our security agencies work.
Thank you so much, Superintendent Kayode Samuel Okpebiyi. Well, that was a huge one. Now, security.
Yes.
Now, our ordinary citizens of the state, you have put it everywhere. If you see something, says to whom do we say whatever tabari kanika sofu? Now, saying something, are we safe saying whatever we have seen? That's because, sir, this is a very sensitive question, and I want you to please help us attend to this question. We know, the normal, we know the tradition when you report a situation and then the fellow, the people or the situation reported to whatever security quarters, it could escalate. The table might turn simply because you were trying to help your space, your environment. You were trying to sanitize your environment by making information available to the security operatives. If you are not strong, why? Because we know, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So how safe are we giving you information about our space?
Yes. Sir, you will understand with me that even when we refuse to talk, are we still safe? If we say something, are we safe? But what if we keep quiet? Are we still safe?
Hmm.
So that means on both side of the divide, there's still no safety. Whether we keep quiet or we talk,
So
there's still no safety.
both are risky.
Yes.
But one risk is better
Yes,
than the other. Okay.
Now we are talking about divulging information to security agencies. May get one into trouble. That is within the framework, the frame with which we want to look at it. There is greater trouble when we keep quiet. There is greater trouble when we keep quiet.
There's greater trouble when we keep quiet.
Yes, and at this point, it will no longer be an individual. It will no longer be an individual. It's going to escalate and affect the whole community. When you have information that somebody is bringing in some dangerous item into the neighborhood, but because you don't want to have problem with that person, you don't want that person to see you as a bad person, and then you keep quiet, and that person is keeping dangerous item, storing them in that, and you say, no, I don't want to divulge information to security agencies so that I will not be in trouble. When the trouble comes, it's no longer going to affect you as an individual, and the person you want to talk about is going to affect the entire community. So sharing information with security agencies, we should not demonize it to look as if it's dangerous. There is no danger in it, as we may paint it. But the issue is that we should now be looking at okay, how do we present information, give information to security agencies?
How, sir?
That in a way that will give us a sense of security.
That's
that
right.
will no longer now
the confidentiality must be there. Well,
yes.
because if you report someone and you later discover that it's one of the high and the lofty ones, and then the table might turn, and then you become the malefactor.
Yes, in
the
such
final
a situation,
analysis.
I advise people not to go as an individual.
Okay.
Now, as an individual, you discuss something. Now you have the landlord association. Beautiful. Or you have the estate association, whatever association may bring you together as a community. You report to whoever is the head there, and the head of that community is not going there alone.
Okay,
he's not going there to see the security agencies alone. He's going there with the executives, at least the executives of that community association, then to report. And now you are reporting not as an individual now.
So the whole community is reporting a situation to the security
and when it comes to community,
that's wisdom.
There is a kind of fear.
Yeah.
When it comes to community, there's a kind of fear that people have when it comes to issue of community, because there is always respect for what is agreed on as a community. So you go there as a community, you present the issue. This is what we observe in our community. This is what we discuss in our community, and then information is released to the security agencies. Then it's now their responsibility to take it off from there and then work. So when you discuss your neighbor bringing in some dangerous item, you don't need to go straight to the security agencies. Walk up to the landlord association, discuss with them with executives, and then they take it off from there and they report to security agencies, and then let's see how it will go.
Wow, that's a huge one there. That's a profound explanation there. Hey, Nigerians, share it go. When you see something, say something. I must say anything. Don't just say anything anyhow. Reach out to the head of the head of the community and report the situation so that the issue can be taken up as a community. That gets you safer and the confidentiality is sustained. Don't go away. We want to go on a short break right now, and when I come around I will open the phone lines so that we can briefly join the conversation. Don't go away.
Years after independence.
What's this? On 103.5 FM.
Nigeria, something big is here. Are you scared of acquiring landed properties due to lack of trust and authenticity? Do you have to wait endlessly to get your red copy survey after every property purchase? Worry no more, because You Fit Homes is here to do things differently while providing solutions to housing challenges in Nigeria, with properties in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ilorin, and now Ibadan. Ibadan. You Fit Homes is here to make you a property owner. Get 50% launch discount off the actual price on our Ibadan property located 10 minutes to the train station at Ido and 10 minutes to Monia train station. We will just issue you a CFO. You also get a red copy survey right after you buy from us. Visit our head office at Block 8, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, or call 0812-020-0803 for more enquiries. You Fit Homes, a home for all.
The essence of interior design will always be about people and how they live. It is about the realities of what makes for an attractive, civilized, and meaningful home environment. This is our foremost concern at Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, and this is why we stay faithful to your own taste, because nothing you really like is ever out of style. Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, we specialize in importing and delivering quality royal beds, sofas, lights, and doors to every home across Nigeria. We are located inside Dokafort Filling Station in Lewura Junction, Akala Express, Ibadan. Call us up on 080-913-35706 or send a WhatsApp message to 090-445-30230. We don't just sell quality products. Our maintenance team is on standby to give free routine maintenance for a whole year after purchase. Mr. Johnson Furniture, our passion is to bring affordable luxury to every home and offices.
On 103.5 FM.
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah,
I want to know
I want to know.
which way Nigeria is heading to.
Many years
All right, welcome back from that commercial break. Yeah, 0915-103-5555. You want to join the conversation, ask a question? You can call 0915-103-5555 or 0913-500-1035. 0913-500-1035. Yeah, Superintendent, before I let you go this morning, 2025 is almost here, sir. At Christmas time. Ọdún tuntun bọ̀, ọdún ńlá, bí wọ́n ṣe máa ń pè. Now, what's your advice? What's the security advice you want to give to us as citizens of the state?
Yes, number one, on our physical security, which has to do with our environment.
All right.
And number one, that we should have a sense of self-awareness wherever we are. We shouldn't forget ourselves just like that, wherever we find ourselves. We should have a sense of awareness. Where am I? What am I doing here?
Okay.
Am I
Where am
am
I?
I here? Am I here for
What?
am I here to achieve? So if we have that sense of awareness, it will give us information about where we are, and then if actually we should remain there. So self-awareness is very, very important at this point.
Okay.
Then number two is that when we have that self-awareness, it helps us to keep whatever belongings we have around us. When we are traveling, want to make a journey from one place to the other, then the self-awareness should help us keep our belongings, because at this time now we have heightened rate of crime.
Exactly.
Everybody is trying to look for where he can butter his bread. So while you are looking at getting more job, getting more engaged, others are looking at how they can rob the next person and then rob them of their belongings. So we should have a sense of self-protection, preserve whatever we have as our belongings. Then if we are traveling, we make such journeys, because when we talk about security at times, people always look at criminals running after somebody or want to take you. Whatever takes your life away, whatever wants to take your life is insecurity.
That's right.
It's insecurity. So we look at
whatever wants to take your life can be
insecurity.
termed to be insecurity.
Yes, that's insecurity.
Okay.
So we should be looking at, how am I taking this journey, at the day or in the night? So journey should not be taken at the night at this moment.
Especially
make sure that we make our journey during the day. Then we have cyber security. Yes, while we are looking at the physical sense and you think we are okay, somebody will be thinking of how to rob you of your belongings in the cyberspace. Then we should keep our information. Don't divulge sensitive information about yourself
on social media.
And then ostentatious display of wealth that people go on Facebook. They want to show you. They want to show that that they
have arrived.
They've arrived. Such should not be at this period. Then we should live in moderation.
Nigerians.
We should live in moderation. Live in moderation. Even if you have the money, if you have it in excess, there should always money. So there should be that self of moderation. Excessiveness is part of the issue. Points, avenue that criminals are looking for. Want to look, okay, he has the money. Okay, he has so we should make sure that we live in moderation. I'm not saying you shouldn't celebrate with your family, you shouldn't enjoy yourselves, but all this should be done in moderation at this very time. Yes, let's make sure we live in moderation at this time, because not everybody is actually happy that you are okay. So that's the human nature anyway.
Exactly.
But at this point in time, we should live in moderation so that we can enjoy our life.
Oh, thank you so much. Just before I let you go, peradventure, the citizens wants to reach out. They want to reach out. Oh, they saw something. They want to say something. Where do they say it to? What numbers do they call?
So you can. We have a Facebook account.
Okay.
NSCDC Oyo State Command.
NSCDC Oyo State Command.
And we always dish out our information, activities around our state command on our Facebook account. So you can also reach us through this number 080 36 95 61 93.
Can we have it one more time, sir?
080 36 95 61 93.
So that's a call. That's a line to call in case of emergency. And we can have a rapt attention. We can have quick response.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, sir.
Blessed Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Superintendent Samuel Okpebi, the Public Relation Officer, NSCDC, your State Command. It's been a great time. It's been an engaging, informative, and educative moment with you on today's edition of The Veil with Olutola Shofolo, and that's going to be the last edition of The Veil this year on 103.5 FM. I'd like to appreciate those of you who joined us on our Facebook. We have Mr. Adewi Adekola on the Facebook. Is that right on, sir? I want to say thank you to you. God bless you so much, my brother. We celebrate you. And I'd like to thank you, our prestigious viewers and listeners across the globe that have been part of this. And you can still go ahead, check on our Facebook and check the program, The Veil with Olutola Shofolo. Today's edition is quite interesting. Very educative. So you learn the different crowd, psychology and all of that. There's a security psychology here and there, so that you will know how to comport yourself, and so that you can play safe at all times. Well, Nigerians, it's about time to move to the new year. Advice and then be aware of your environment so that we can always play safe. On behalf of the management and Frontier, the director, Pastor Comrade Oluwaseun Samson Awodele, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you, sir. Superintendent Samuel O. Okpebi, the Public Relation Officer, NSCDC, or your State Command. We are so glad to have you once again, and we hope that when next we call, you will honor our invite. Thank you so much for being part of the development of our space. I like to appreciate the magic hands that work with me. I have Kazim and I have Farouk in the studio with me. I have Israel. I have a number of them that worked with me to bring this program to you. Till I come your way next week, which is of course going to be next year. 2025 will be the next time you'll be hearing this voice on 103.5 FM on The Veil with Olutola Shofolo. God keep you, God keep me, God keep us. Let's play safe, let's be security conscious, and let's do things right. Let's do the right things. Between now and then, I want to say thank you and Happy New Year in advance. Bye for now.
Inefficiency and indiscipline.